Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm on Firebase Reactor Gold, playing as a Turian soldier. I'm going to be doing some voiceover commentary for this one, using the M99 Saber and the Acolyte. It's nice to do golds. You know, I mean, platinum's great. You know, push it to the limit. But you can kind of mess around a bit in gold matches. Notice if you aim a little bit to like down and to the left, usually because their heads are like tucked in a little bit. When you're trying to go for headshots, works out a little bit better.
Hang on.
I like using the mine there just as kind of a stun or a knockback. You need to like go and revive somebody real quick. It also has that, it's got a 25% damage boost, or damage taken. I believe it applies to all incoming damage, so it's more of a team synergy power than, you know, something just for you. At least it usually feels like everything goes down pretty quick. Those stasis, yeah, they're really nice because you can line up your headshots really well, but they become a crutch because then you get used to everything being frozen in place while you line up your headshot. That guy's got a Black Widow. Been trying to get the Black Widow for some time. I've been playing for a couple months now, on and off. And it just hasn't dropped. I used to play originally on the Xbox when the game, when it originally came out, and I had a Black Widow on there. Kind of sucks that I can't just reach out and transfer it to PC. I don't know, maybe if I don't know how familiar you guys are with cryptocurrencies and NFTs and blockchain and that whole space, but it seems at some point the idea of being able to transfer in-game items and sell them for currency it's not that far away.
Cover me.
One of the nerve-wracking things about doing this is those bombers. I was just hoping it wasn't going to charge right at me. I do like these team-based objectives though, where everyone's working together to try and get something done. But you can see kind of my teammates are kind of protecting me a bit there while I'm activating that device. I also feel though that kind of just if things get too hairy, I feel like they're just gonna bail out of there. Which is kind of funny to see that happen sometimes, where everyone's working as a team, and then as soon as things get really hairy, it's just kind of the whole thing just breaks apart. Yeah, so I'm using the Saber here, the Saber 2. I like it. With Marksman gives you increase in stability and rate of fire, and there's a pretty good kickback from this weapon, and I think it benefits from the rate of fire pretty well. It's got 8 shots, and you can get off 8 shots pretty quickly. And kind of keep your target pretty much where your crosshairs pretty much where you want them. Probably there's some room for some other maybe higher recoil weapons. You could offset some of that recoil with the Marksman. Maybe even, I could see it. I could see either a low fire rate weapon or a high fire rate weapon benefiting. See, they're just pretty much just coming through that reactor. One of the nice ways to play this, I think, that I've done on Platinum is just get on right where I'm aiming. I was aiming there on the opposite side of the reactor. Just have everybody kind of pack in there, and cheese the mobs using the reactor. Try to get them to spawn, so they're all just kind of getting funneled in through there. And then once you have a good collection of them in there, just push that button and toast them. I don't know why, but for some reason the reactor isn't, it's not showing the icons that it could be turned on. I don't know if that's something where it's maybe just exclusive to Platinum. I haven't been paying enough attention to take note of that. Getting shot from across the map. Dead in a corner. I don't think anyone can get me there.
Squad member needs help.
I wish they had announced multiplayer for the remastered version. I don't know why they decided to not throw it in there. I think they said time was the reason. They didn't have enough time to include it, but it would have been pretty sweet. I think originally this multiplayer wasn't. When Mass Effect 3 originally came out, I don't think it was anticipated. At least between 2 to 3, it wasn't anticipated. I think that there was going to be multiplayer, but it ended up being pretty sweet. And EA being, about multiplayer games and game longevity, I don't know, it's kind of weird that it's not being added, but I guess it might have just been due to budgeting and timeline. They just needed a release, and this would have pushed it too far back. I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have been able to hit their profits for that quarter or something. Just speculating.
All clear. Enemy down to 50% strength. Cover me! Device enabled. Time is short. Find those targets. Half are running. Keep it up.
It's satisfying to. I don't know, something about using it like a shotgun and hip firing versus actually aiming. It's just satisfying to get to pull off a headshot that way. I think I'm acting more as a distraction for the enemy right now than actually doing the objective, but maybe that's okay.
Objective completed. Shield's going!
They're called rocket troopers, but they pretty much snipe you with those things. Yeah, some of the targeting reminds me of the jackals from Halo 2. Just on point every time you stick your head out.
I'm hit! That's all of them. Good work. Enemy is regrouping. Enemies inbound.
Ah, those are rookie numbers. We gotta catch up. Here's a nice bit. We're kind of getting the funnel through this through the reactor there. Oh, those stasis are so nice. catching up. Yeah, I don't think I ever caught up to that guy. Not with his Black Widow.
Bogies incoming.
It's kind of fun to try and guess where where exactly the head on the Geth is when they're invisible and in stasis like that. Oh, this would have been a good time to have drill rounds. Let's go through the 3 of them. Just getting a little tight there. One of the nice things about those fire boys there, you can get them to kind of explode. I don't know if, wham, if you can use them in fire or tech combos. They'd be pretty useful. You know, you walk up to a group of them and you cryo them, and then pop the flame boy and get a combo off like that. I don't think I've tried that before, but it seems like that might work.
Well done, team. Clear. Enemy is regrouping. Time to reload. Enemy force approaching.
Yeah, there's no way I'm catching that guy up. Unless I start rocketing like mad. Like that. He was trying to pull some threat off of, pull some aggro on that prime. He's too far extended there for me to get, I think. I didn't want to go in there. Might have been a good time to do a rocket. I had 6 of them. Looking back at this. I think we're entering corpse drag territory.
Squad member needs help. Squad member needs help. Hang on. Squad member has flatlined.
Yeah, it's like one of the times where you get bunched into a corner and there's so many enemies and there's not even enough time to pull out a missile launcher. That didn't happen here, but I've had that happen a couple of times. Where you're just spamming metagels and
We've got a drone
oh.
on the ground that scanned enemy tech. Secure it and upload its contents. Drone is live. Stay close to escort it.
Assisting friendly forces. Additional
It'd be kind of cool if they added, like, I mean, they're not going to do anything in the multiplayer probably, but I was just thinking for Mass Effect Legendary Edition, if they had released a multiplayer version of it, you know, like kind of giving the multiplayer a facelift. You know, like there's a couple of big names, like, you know, big bosses or villains that you fight against, you know, throughout the game, and maybe having those at the end of like 10 waves or something, maybe at the 10th wave, or even the wave right before you evacuate. I was thinking of getting him, but he was a little. It was slightly hairy to go back in there and try and res him. I made a decision to just stay away. But you know, if you had a villain like, I don't know, Kai Lang or Benezia, Saren, you know, just somebody who would maybe just pop up, you know, kind of like a boss for the end of the Horde waves to fight against. You know, something similar to what Gears of War multiplayer has, or Gears of War Horde mode has. You do 10 waves, and then usually there's like a boss wave. I think that's something that could have been pretty sweet for the multiplayer here. I don't know if Andromeda did anything like that, since I never played the Andromeda multiplayer. I probably should have called that a missile here, because he uses a metagel right as that missile. That's the end of the wave. But yeah, I think that'd be something like villains or boss waves would be pretty neat. Even a longer sort of horde mode. You know, right now it's the standard kind of 10 rounds, which is nice because, you know, most of the time, like a 20 to 30 minute round is a decent length. Some of the Gears of War matches can go on for, you know, into the hours, which not everybody has time for that. But having the option to maybe do like 20 rounds or something, you know, 2 boss waves. It wouldn't quite fit into the, like, lore, I guess. Which is, you know, I think this multiplayer is supposed to be lore friendly. You know, so having like Saren come back, or Benezia, or I don't know, any of the enemies from the other games, you know, the Shadow Broker, wouldn't quite make sense. But you know, there is a training simulator in, I think it was the 3rd game, where you could fight against enemies from the past. And so, you know, some explanation like that, I think, you know, they could make boss rounds work. Just say it's you know, these are the troops, and they're preparing for the Reaper invasion using simulations from, like, you know, I don't know, Commander Shepard's memories or something. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Add some variety, because typically the last wave is just kind of everybody running around and then making a mad dash for the extraction point. You know, having a villain or boss running around in there would make things spicy. Well, that was the video, guys. I'll work on uploading some platinums in the future, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I should go.